I realized I was in love with the wrong guy the moment my phone buzzed. I was sitting in a $20 million Malibu mansion, tutoring the younger brother of the most arrogant guy at Westbridge University. And my online boyfriend had just texted me, "Babe, my mom hired a tutor for my brother. She goes to my school. She's so annoying, I can't stand her." My fingers froze. Slowly, I lifted my eyes. Across the marble kitchen island, Liam Carter was staring at his phone with the exact same irritated expression he wore every time he looked at me on campus. Cold, distant, slightly superior. There were 7,000 students at Westbridge. This was impossible. My phone buzzed again. She keeps checking her phone like she has somewhere better to be. Heat rushed up my neck. Because I had just checked my phone, I swallowed and typed carefully. "Maybe she's not annoying. Maybe you're just kind of a jerk." Across from me, Liam's jaw tightened. His phone chimed. He glanced down, and for half a second, his expression flickered. Confusion, then something softer. "Emma," he said flatly, not looking up. "If you're done texting, can you focus on my brother?" Emma, scholarship kid, financial aid, works 2 jobs, definitely doesn't belong in a kitchen bigger than her entire apartment. "Physics won't solve itself," I replied. "Maybe you should focus too." His blue eyes lifted, sharp, challenging. Girls on campus practically fainted under that stare. I didn't. Mostly because last year I accidentally humiliated him in front of an entire Zoom lecture. Remote semester, first week. My roommate leaned over and whispered, "Is Liam Carter really that hot in real life?" I thought I was muted. I wasn't. And I said, "He looks like he moisturizes with ego." The entire class heard it, including him. He never confronted me, but from that day on, every time our eyes met, it felt like standing in front of a freezer door. And now I was tutoring his little brother. Back in the present, my phone vibrated again. Did I say something wrong? "You're quiet." Across from me, Liam's fingers hovered over his screen. My heart pounded. There was only one way to test this. Would you still hate her if she turned out to be someone you actually liked? His phone chimed instantly. He frowned. Then slowly, he looked up at me, and for the first time that evening, our eye contact lasted longer than 2 seconds. He didn't know. Not yet. But something was off. Because the guy who stayed up until 2 a.m., playing League with me, laughing, teasing, calling me princess when I carried him in ranked matches, was sitting 3 feet away, acting like I barely existed. Ryan snapped me back to reality. "Emma, is this step right?" I leaned over his notebook. He was smart, just easily distracted. Unlike his brother, who was currently texting me about how much he disliked me. If you were in my position right now, would you expose him immediately, or would you keep pretending? Tell me in the comments. I need to know I'm not the only one who would panic like this. When I packed my bag, Mrs. Carter walked in, elegant, calm, old money confidence. "Emma, it's late. Liam, drive her home." "I have it handled," I said quickly. "I insist." The Porsche engine purred as we pulled onto the Pacific Coast Highway. Neither of us spoke. My phone buzzed. I'm stuck in the car with her. She's so quiet, it's creepy. I'd rather be talking to you. I stared out at the ocean. Then I typed, "Maybe she's quiet because you're kind of mean." His phone chimed. He glanced down at a red light. And something shifted. "Did I hurt your feelings?" "That's not what I meant. Don't be mad at me." I didn't respond. Monday morning was chaos. Balloons, music, a cake taller than my GPA. Apparently, it was Liam's 22nd birthday. Chloe Bennett stood at the center of it all. "Happy birthday, Liam." "Thanks. Give it to my assistant." Then, for reasons I still don't understand, he walked straight toward me. "My mom wants you at the house after class," he muttered. "Is that an invitation?" "It's a request." That afternoon, Ryan begged me to play one quick league match. Bad idea. Because I'm not just decent. I'm diamond rank. 20 minutes later, I had carried his entire team. "Liam, look at her ID." He walked over, then froze. On the screen, Starfall Emma. He slowly pulled out his phone, opened League, scrolled through his friend list. There it was, Starfall Emma, the same girl he had been playing with for 6 months. The same girl he called Babe. He looked at the screen, then at me, then back at the screen. "It's you." I crossed my arms. "Yeah, it's me, the annoying tutor." Silence filled the room, and for the first time since I met Liam Carter, he didn't look superior. He looked like someone who just realized he had been talking trash about the girl he liked, right to her face. Liam didn't speak for a full 10 seconds after he said, "It's you." Which, if you know him, is practically a lifetime. Ryan looked between us. "Wait, you guys know each other?" "Oh, we know each other," I said lightly. "Apparently very well." Liam exhaled slowly. "You're Nightfall?" "Starfall," I corrected. "At least get my username right." Ryan blinked. "You two game together?" "For 6 months," I said. Liam ran a hand through his hair. "This is insane." "Is it?" I tilted my head. "Because you seemed very comfortable complaining about me 5 minutes ago." His jaw tightened. Ryan looked very confused and very entertained. "I'm going upstairs," Ryan announced wisely. "You two clearly need therapy." The second his bedroom door shut, the air shifted. Liam leaned back against the counter. "You could have told me, and you could have not called me annoying." His eyes flashed. "I didn't know it was you." That's the point. Silence again. And for the first time, he didn't look like he was trying to win. He looked like he was thinking. "I owe you an apology," he said finally. I raised an eyebrow. That almost sounded sincere. He gave me a look. Don't get used to it. There he was. The arrogance, the sharp edges, but it didn't hit the same anymore. Because now I knew the version of him that stayed up late helping me grind ranked matches. The version that once sent me a 3-minute voice note explaining why I deserved better. "Did you get me anything?" he asked suddenly. "For what?" "My birthday. You insulted me for an hour straight yesterday." He smirked. "Still, I pulled a $20 bill from my bag. Here. Buy yourself humility." He stared at it. "You're unbelievable." "You're welcome." The corner of his mouth twitched, and I hated that I noticed. The next day, I learned Chloe Bennett didn't appreciate Liam walking past her birthday setup to talk to me. She appeared beside my locker. Perfect hair. Perfect makeup. Perfect venom. "You tutor Ryan, right?" "I do." "That's cute." Her smile didn't reach her eyes. "You know Liam gets bored easily." "Thanks for the warning." She leaned closer. "Girls like you always think you're different." "Girls like me?" "Scholarship, financial aid, climbing social ladders." Ah, there it was. "Do you need something, Chloe?" "I just think it's embarrassing when someone forgets their place." I shut my locker slowly. Funny, I was thinking the same thing. Her smile vanished. "You think you're funny?" "No," I said calmly. "I think you're threatened." If someone talked to you like that, would you stay quiet? Or would you push back? Because I have a bad habit of pushing back. For 2 days, she kept it subtle. Whispers. Side glances. Fake sweetness. Until Friday afternoon. She cornered me near the campus cafe. "You really think Liam would date someone who takes the bus to class?" I didn't respond. "You don't belong in his world." I tried to walk past her. Then she said it. "I heard your dad was a firefighter. Must be hard growing up like that." I stopped. "My dad died saving 3 kids," I said quietly. She shrugged. "Still, not exactly Carter level." I don't remember deciding to do it. I just remember the sound. The slap echoed louder than I expected. Chloe stumbled back. "You're insane. Don't talk about my father." And that's when Liam appeared. "What the hell is going on?" Chloe looked at him, eyes glossy. "She attacked me." I didn't look away from him. "She insulted my dad." His jaw tightened. He looked at Chloe, then at me. And for a second, I had no idea whose side he would choose. After the slap, everything changed. Not loudly, not immediately, but something shifted. Chloe didn't come to school the next day. Liam didn't mention what happened, but he started watching me more carefully, like he was waiting for something or someone. 3 days later, I got a text from Chloe. I almost ignored it, but curiosity is a dangerous thing. It said, "Let's talk, no drama. Private lounge near the pier, 7 p.m. I stared at the message for a long time. Maybe she wanted to save face. Maybe she wanted an apology. Maybe she wanted to threaten me quietly. I told myself I wasn't scared. That was my first mistake. The lounge was dimly lit, too dimly lit. The music was low. The room nearly empty. Chloe was sitting in the back corner, alone. At least, that's what I thought. "You came," she said, swirling a drink. "You asked to talk." She smiled. I just wanted to clear the air. Something about her tone felt wrong. Too calm, too satisfied. Then I noticed the door behind me close. I turned. 2 guys I didn't recognize were standing near the exit. Big, silent, watching. My stomach tightened. "Chloe," I said slowly, "what is this?" She tilted her head. "You embarrassed me. You insulted my father." She rolled her eyes. "Relax. I just wanted you to understand something." One of the guys stepped closer. Not touching me, just close enough. "This isn't funny." She leaned back in her chair. "Who's laughing?" That's when I realized this wasn't about talking. This was about power, and I was alone. If you've ever had that moment, when your instincts start screaming at you, you know the feeling. I reached for my phone. No signal. Of course. I backed up. The guy near the door moved slightly, blocking my path. "Don't do this," I said quietly. Chloe stood up. "You think you can slap me and just walk away?" The air felt thinner. My heartbeat was too loud in my ears. "I'm leaving." One of the guys grabbed my wrist. Not violently, but firmly, and that was enough. "Let go." He didn't. Chloe stepped closer. "Say you're sorry. Say you don't belong near Liam. Say you overstepped." I stared at her. Even now, even here, she wanted submission, not an apology. I pulled my hand free. "No." Her expression hardened. The guy tightened his grip, and for the first time, fear actually hit me. Real fear. Not drama. Not ego. Fear. Then, the door burst open. The sound was sharp, violent. Everyone turned. Liam stood there, breathing hard, eyes darker than I had ever seen them. He didn't say anything. He just crossed the room in 3 strides. The guy holding my wrist barely had time to react. Liam shoved him back hard. "Touch her again," he said quietly. "And I promise you won't like what happens next." His voice wasn't loud. It was controlled, which somehow made it worse. The second guy moved forward. Wrong choice. The next few seconds were chaos. Shouting, a chair falling, glass breaking. I don't even remember stepping back. I just remember Liam in front of me. Between me and them, one of the guys swung. Liam blocked it, but I heard him hiss under his breath. He'd taken the hit on his forearm. Eventually, the lounge manager stormed in. Security followed. The guys backed off. Chloe's face had lost all its color. "This isn't over," she snapped. Liam didn't look at her. "It is," he said. He turned to me. "Are you hurt?" I shook my head, but my hands were shaking. His eyes softened just slightly. "Let's go." Outside, the night air hit my lungs like oxygen after drowning. Only then did I realize I was trembling. He noticed too. He took off his jacket and draped it over my shoulders. "You shouldn't have come alone. You shouldn't have followed me." I didn't. He held up his phone. "You stopped replying. You always reply." My heart skipped. I had a bad feeling. His forearm was already swelling. "You're hurt. It's nothing." "It's not nothing." For a moment we just stood there. The ocean in the distance. Neon lights behind us. "I was an idiot," he said quietly. "For what?" "For thinking I could treat you one way in public, and another way in private." I looked at him. The arrogant edge was gone. "I almost lost you tonight." Something in my chest shifted. Not because he saved me, but because he sounded scared. And if you're still listening right now, tell me honestly, would you have forgiven him in that moment? Or would you have walked away? Because I didn't know what I was about to choose. Police reports were filed. Security footage was reviewed. And a week later, an investigation into Chloe's father's company quietly began. Financial fraud, offshore accounts. It didn't explode publicly, but Chloe transferred schools before the semester ended. Just like that, she was gone, and everything between Liam and me felt different. Liam's arm wasn't broken, just badly bruised, but he wore the wrap like it was a battle scar. "I can still use it," he insisted the next day. "Sure," I said. "That's why you're holding your coffee like it personally offended you." He rolled his eyes, but he didn't argue when I took the cup from his hand. We fell into something strange after that night. Not official, not defined, just softer. He walked me to my bus stop, and yes, I still took the bus. He didn't comment on it anymore. Instead, he stood there like it was completely normal. One afternoon, Ryan looked between us and said, "So, are you two dating or pretending not to?" "Neither," Liam and I said at the same time. Ryan smirked. Suspicious. That weekend, Liam texted me. "Santa Monica Pier, 6 p.m. Don't be late." "Is this an order?" I replied. "It's a request." I showed up anyway. The pier was glowing in sunset gold. The Ferris wheel lights flickering on as the sky dimmed. Liam was leaning against the railing. No Porsche, no ego, just him. "You look nervous," I said. "I'm not. You are." He sighed. "Fine, maybe a little." We walked past arcade games and cotton candy stands. At one booth, he stopped. "What?" I asked. He handed me a pink cloud of cotton candy. "You're doing the checklist thing, aren't you?" He blinked. "What checklist?" I smiled slowly. "Ways to impress a girl at an amusement park." His ears turned red. "Ryan talks too much." I laughed, and something about that laugh felt different. Lighter. We rode a few small rides first. Nothing dramatic, just teasing. Shoulder bumps. Easy smiles. Then we stood in line for the Ferris wheel. He didn't joke this time. He didn't smirk. He just looked at me. "You scared?" he asked quietly. "Of heights?" "No, of this." I swallowed. A little. The Ferris wheel lifted us slowly above the pier. City lights below, ocean stretching into darkness. Halfway up, he reached for my hand. Not forceful, not dramatic. Just there. I let him. "You know what I hate," he said softly. "What?" "That I didn't see you sooner." "You saw me." "Not really." The wheel creaked higher. At school, I saw the girl who embarrassed me. He gave me a small smile. Online, I saw the girl who stayed up with me until 3 a.m. The girl who sent me memes when I bombed my econ exam. The girl who told me to stop pretending I didn't care about things. His thumb brushed against my knuckles. I liked her. My heart was beating too fast. "And now?" I asked. Now I realize they were the same person. The wheel slowed near the top. The ocean wind caught my hair. "If you're still listening," I whispered softly into the night air, "maybe you believe in second chances too." He looked at me. "I don't deserve one," he said. "Probably not," he laughed under his breath. "But I want one anyway." Silence. Just the hum of the wheel. "Okay," I said finally. "Okay, what?" "Okay, we try. No labels. No promises. Just honest." His forehead rested against mine. "Can I kiss you?" The fact that he asked made my chest ache. Yes. This time it wasn't rushed. Not desperate. Just warm. The Ferris wheel began its descent, but neither of us pulled away right away. When we stepped off, Ryan was waiting below with an exaggerated gasp. Finally. "Shut up," Liam muttered. I laughed, and for the first time since all of this started, I didn't feel like I was standing outside his world. I was just standing next to him. No mansion. No scholarship label. No pride. Just us. And if this story made you feel even a little hopeful, maybe stay, maybe subscribe, because something tells me you're the kind of person who believes people can grow. And honestly, I think we both did.